Hello and welcome back to Audible Video. In this video today, we're going to talk about the Gigafactory in Nevada. It has been over a decade now since Elon Musk started the construction of the Tesla factory in Nevada. The factory has two facilities. Number one, a 100 gigawatt hour, 4,680 cell factory. And number two, a high volume semi-factory. The factory is to build the future of sustainable energy by building batteries and powertrains that make it run. The factory will also manufacture fully electric trucks. Elon Musk also talked about three pillars for the future of green economy. In this case, he talked about number one, electric vehicles, number two, stationary storage, which in this case are the batteries, and number three, the source of energies, which in this case are solar and wind energy. Let's take a look at what's next for the future of Tesla Gigafactory in Nevada.
We're announcing today is a massive additional investment, and here's a sneak peek of what the factory will look like. Yeah, it's gonna look. It's like sick. I mean, one of the other things that's really cool is we actually achieved our production goals with basically about half of the space we thought would be needed. So now we're going to fill out the other half, and so we're on to phase two. So we're going to be investing. And I should say these are conservative numbers, so we expect to exceed these numbers. I think we'll end up investing over $4 billion. We're adding another 4 million square feet of manufacturing space, and at least 3,000 jobs, direct jobs, and I think it'll probably end up being more than that. These are conservative estimates. So, yeah. Yeah. So we're going to do our high volume semi truck manufacturing here, and then we're also going to be adding 100 gigawatt hours of Tesla 4680 cell manufacturing here. And that's just to start. I think long term, we may do as much as as much as 500 gigawatt hours long term. But this increment is 100 gigawatt hours. So hugely important, game changer. So just some videos of 4680 production. We expect the new cell factory, as I said, to produce at least 100 gigawatt hours, and as I said, that's really just to begin with. Long term, Tesla is aiming to produce well over 1,000 gigawatt hours, possibly 2,000 or 3,000. So this really is just the start, and that's equivalent to 1.5 million additional Model 3Y vehicles, and they will also be using 4680 for stationary storage as well. And to be clear, this is in addition to our suppliers. So when you think about the fact that there's 2 billion cars and trucks on the road globally, obviously you've got to build a lot of electric vehicles to replace all the gasoline-powered vehicles, and then about as much as again is needed for stationary storage for sustainable energy. So yeah, it's actually really incredible to think about. So, and yeah, some people have said this is impossible, but you can drive it. Although, so And in fact, we already have the Tesla semi-truck in use by some of our key customers like Pepsi. So that this year is kind of like the limited production of the semi-truck, and then hopefully sometime next year we'll be able to achieve volume production, and it's a game changer. So although semi-trucks are only about 1% of the vehicles, they're actually responsible for 20% of the emissions. So it's a much bigger effect than you'd think if you just looked at the number of vehicles. It's an essential part of a sustainable energy future. And this is a beast. You can see it hauling ass up the mountain there. Pretty cool. And I'd like to say just also a big thank you to the state of Nevada